Good afternoon, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host Ahmed Nawaz with the latest roundup of sports today. We've got a lot of things to discuss regarding cricket, but particularly we're going to be focusing on Pakistan's home series against New Zealand. Of course, 25th sees another T20 international. This time the teams have moved on to Lahore as well, so we discuss things in detail. Obviously, it's very, very important to gauge, I think, the mindset that we're talking about, the insight into the philosophy of T20 cricket and the totals. I mean, staying away from bowling right now, we're particularly focused on batting because that's where Pakistan's problems have really been. Chasing a target has been the hallmark of the Pakistan cricket team, but when it comes to batting first, they've really struggled, and they've eventually the bowlers have then failed to defend targets. And then saying that we're 20-30 runs short, I guess, you know, that is another Pandora box that you're opening as well. Injury scares are also there. Whatever happens tomorrow is also something that we'll be discussing in detail as well. Then, of course, we move on to the West Indies series as well. Pakistan women versus West Indies women, where it's been, I think, a dominant performance from the visiting side. It was ODIs, 3 ODIs were part of the championship as well. When you talk about the ICC Women's Championship, and of course they've clean swept the series as well. They won 3 out of 3 one internationals, and then now we move on to T20 international cricket. So we'll talk a bit about that as well. Time now to introduce the guests. First of all, in studios we've been joined by cricket commentator, broadcaster, presenter, and our sports expert, K. Asif Ahmed. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm very well, thank you.
We've also been joined by cricket expert and analyst, a regular part of our programs as well, whether he's in studios, whether he's outside the studios. He's always tuned in and always, I think, part of the discussion as well. Sabir Hussain. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Walaikum assalam, Ahmed. I'm good. Thank you so much.
Great to have you on the show as well. Now, Asif, going into this next T20 international match, particular changes are going to be there. I think because we don't have Mohammad Rizwan anymore in the team right now due to injury. Azam Khan's also been sidelined. Hasibullah has been included into the side, so most probably he's going to be playing. That gives you, I think, a bit of opportunity, not just for Hasibullah, but if you want to tweak the batting order a bit as well, that is also an option right now, considering the way things are going. How would you see this? And I think at the end of the day, the discussion still remains the same, that, you know, what kind of mentality, what kind of confidence are we trying to gain from this series?
Well, Ahmed, I think that right before the World Cup, we guys were pretty much sure that we'll give chances to the new players. But what happened that a couple of new players, they got the debut and they played a couple of games. And criticism has been started now. And this is actually our mindset is being nation, that the people they have started criticizing over Abrar, they've started criticizing over Usman Khan. Let me briefly tell you about the Usman Khan's history, that you know that he was playing first class cricket here, got a couple of chances, played a couple of games. He was in Karachi, and then he got disheartened with this structure, and he went to UAE to get a couple of new opportunities, you know that. And when he got a first contract, that was his job visa, and with that he got a permission to play cricket as well. From last several years he was playing cricket there, and suddenly one of the franchise managers, if he saw him, he was playing there and he was playing astonishingly well there, and he had contacted him that we want to include you as a foreign player in Pakistan Super League. He scored fastest century at a Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium in PSL, and then he went back, and he was in the plans of UAE. I met him in UAE in Dubai, and I had a conversation regarding his future, what's the future plans are. So he was pretty much sure that he will play for UAE, because he said that I'm not sure that either I will get a chance for the green shirts, you know that it's a dream for every youngster that I should represent my nation. And then he had performed for the Multan Sultans, and he played really well. Of course, a couple of centuries, and the strike rate was 160, the average one 107. Then he sat with the selection committee, and selection committee assured him that we'll give you chances till the World Cup, and you'd have to perform. Now people have started asking different questions, that Usman Khan is not performing well. Why? Just after 2 matches, calm down, guys. We'll give him more chances. He will play, and if he got some ability and talent, definitely he will perform. Now people who are talking, this is what I had said yesterday. Let's talk about Sourav Ganguly. Sourav Ganguly used to open for India in ODI cricket for maybe more than 150 games. But when you see his test record, that he didn't come on number 1, number 2, number 3, used to come at number 4, number 5, according to the situation. So this is T20 cricket, and you would have to play according to the situation. If you're coming on number 4, for example, and if you have 10 overs, 60 balls you have, utilize them. Maybe go 40 not out, 45 not out. So your strike rate, your average will definitely increase, and the chances of the team winning will definitely get increased with your performances. So this is all scenario, this is all the mindset which I was looking towards the social media, what going on. People were criticizing, and to be honest, people have started criticizing on Babar Azam as well. The people who wanted to see him as a skipper, calm down dear, this is the second game. Yes, we know that he's not a strong captain. We know that, yes, he's learning. Now give him chances. So I think that the mindset, not only the team of Pakistan, the management, but the nation, we're confused.
Confusion is certainly there. I think it's something that we've been discussing on and on, the way things are going as well. Sabir, it's not just about New Zealand's visit over here. It's about the fact that a lot of people were saying that, you know, they're not bringing a full strength squad, so we've got an opportunity. And obviously we're not result oriented, but we want to see a change in mindset. Now I said that, you know, philosophy needs to be studied, and all of us said that, you know, if you're not able to clear the boundary in Pindi Cricket Stadium, it will be very difficult to do that on international standard pitches and stadiums as well, and against quality bowlers. But the mindset is not changing so far. I think we're still stuck in that 150, 170 target.
Absolutely, Ahmed. I mean, they are basically not clearing the boundary, maybe because of fatigue. They had a, you know, a hectic training, I believe. But to be very honest, you know, there are a couple of names. I mean, they are basically impact player for Pakistan. You know, I always talk about Fakhar Zaman because he is the man. Every basically captain, you know, wants some kind of a match winner, you know, batsman or bowler in his team. So I mean, there are a couple of players who are basically not playing in this particular, you know, they are in the squad, by the way. But this is a series for a couple of, you know, youngsters, you know, couple of hype created in the social media for the few players, I would say. But I mean, it's good to see, you know, these kind of players are basically, you know, getting chance, especially in home conditions. If you are, you know, giving a chance to any youngsters, it's very important to give them the chance, especially in the home conditions, home soil, because then you need to have, you know, passion and also some kind of encouragement as well to play in front of your crowd. I mean, Usman Khan, yes, he has been phenomenal, you know, in a couple of, you know, consecutive PSL seasons. On that basis, he has been selected in this team, and he has been, you know, given consistent chances, I believe, and I still hope that Babar Azam and his company basically give him a couple of more chances, play at least 5, you know, T20 matches, and then you have, you know, a couple of more players likes of Hasibullah. You know, K. Asif basically always talks about, you know, K. Hasibullah. He is the wonderful prospect of Pakistan. Everybody basically knows it. You know, a couple of weeks ago, Asif was emphasizing that Hasibullah should have been picked in this particular squad, and thank God, Azam Khan basically, you know, got injured. I mean, I must not say thank God, but I mean, unfortunately, you know, he's got injured, and then Hasibullah got selected. Feel sorry for, you know, Mohammad Haris, because PCB has invested so much on Mohammad Haris, because he has been playing for, you know, Pakistan in T20 squad and also in ODIs as well. He should have been, you know, I think picked up as instead of, you know, a couple of more wicket-keeper batsmen. But again, looking at World Cup, looking at impact players, I mean, like Fakhar Zaman, Azam Khan is another man, Iftikhar Ahmed. You need to have a couple of, you know, match winners in your team who can, you know, clear the boundaries in every ground. We have seen, you know, in a couple of years ago in Australia, you know, you basically struggled a lot. Our most, you know, mostly wonderful batsmen basically struggled a lot. Shan Masood was the man, and Iftikhar Ahmed. They basically, you know, play quite useful innings for Pakistan in that particular World Cup. But now, looking at the World Cup in the Caribbean, West Indies, and USA, and there are a couple of, you know, Pakistani youngsters. They have been playing, you know, performing phenomenally well. So looking at World Cup, I think you need to give a couple of chances to more players, because in my opinion, Babar Azam and his company basically are mentally, they are clear which kind of 14 players they are taking. So only 2 to 3 spots for
Sabir, allow me to interrupt. If Babar and company are clear, does that mean that even Babar Azam does not have Mohammad Haris in his plans?
Look, I mean, Mohammad Haris, by the way, he was, you know, given rest a couple of, you know, series ago when he was not selected for the New Zealand tour, when Shaheen Shah Afridi was captain. Wahab Riaz basically categorically said he's basically rested. So I don't know why he was rested, because he's the guy who was performing exceptionally well, and you know, in emerging Asia Cup as well, and ODIs in T20s as well, and Asia Cup as well. So why he was, you know, given rest? and on the basis of rest, he has been not selected. I mean, so he's not injured anymore. He has basically played some crucial innings in PSL as well. So, in my opinion, I don't think so. Babar Azam is having Mohammad Haris in his plan. Might be the reason of Azam Khan, in my opinion, because second wicket keeper he is looking for Azam Khan because of his exceptional record, remarkable batting performances, especially in 2 to 3 consecutive seasons in Caribbean Premier League. So that is the reason I think Azam Khan was picked instead of Mohammad Haris. Hasibullah was he's basically in the squad.
Well, I think we can identify these wicket keepers as well on our fingertips because Pakistan's going with probably one or the other, the same combinations as well. Asif, you'd like to add to this argument because particularly I think for me, and like I said, most of the times if I'm wrong, I like people can correct me. You can correct me. This is how things work, and we take criticism head on. We work on reforms. For me, I think you should have invested in Mohammad Haris, or otherwise you shouldn't have given him that opportunity in a rush or in a hurry. Otherwise, give us a solid argument, and when I say give us, I mean the PCB, the selection committee should give us a solid argument why they don't want to play him. Just saying that we're resting him does not really make sense.
Well, Ahmed, first of all, I would like to disagree with my lovely friend Sabir that Fakhar Zaman is a match winner or is a game changer. I don't think so. I really respect your opinion once again and we have talked a lot about Fakhar Zaman.
Maybe he said catch winner. I don't know if he said match winner or catch winner.
I think that right before the show you have given me a new definition of the match winner. So I think according to that, yeah, he is. Or maybe you or I also. Now I would like to talk about the Hasibullah and Haris. I think once again I would like to disagree with you, and this is Your Highness that you always welcome positive criticism. That I appreciate that. See, for me, Mohammad Haris technically is not perfect. Why I always talk about this is the same problem with Fakhar Zaman, and that's why he's been struggling for so long. And Azam Khan, of course. Right before this series, I had said that for me, Usman Khan could be a failure in international cricket, and I wish that Usman Khan could correct me and prove me wrong. So in first 2 games, that's the problem. That when you aren't good with your technique, the spinners they're working with you. See the way I had said yesterday that if you cannot face Ish Sudhi technically well, how could you manage to play against the Briz Shamsi, Kuldeep Yadav, Rashid Khan, and that all of the spinners, Rachin Ravindra, spinners like that, Mitchell Santron. So now there's the problem with the players. I would like to give you some examples of the match winners. Mike Hussey, look at his technique. And let's talk about that Abdur Razak. Who is the big impact player, Shadab Khan or Abdur Razak? This is my question.
Razak, of course.
Of course. Now we talk about that. In which area he was stronger, Ahmed?
Abdur Razak.
Yes, in which areas?
Batting and bowling.
Batting, no. I mean, while he was playing well, he was batting. In which areas he was perfect? Of course, long off, long on.
Okay, so direction-wise, majority of the runs Razak Bhai was scoring was straight down the ground. So
now give me 2 examples. Azam Khan, could he play in that area frequently and consistently? No.
He's got the ability, but unfortunately he hasn't. If you look at most of his wagon wheels, you will either find them either to the to the square of the wicket, or probably majority to the mid-wicket region as well.
All right, so 2 points I had made, and you're agreeing with me.
Absolutely.
Now the third point with the Mohammad Haris, which is his favorite area? Of course, the square leg, fine leg. Do you really think that would it work in the teams like against Australia, like England, like India? You think that would that technique
That's
work?
very true. And even I think if I open my horizon up to Saim Ayub as well, even his majority runs are coming on the onside as well.
So
that becomes a very serious problem, Asif, that we see majority of players now coming in Pakistan technically towards the onside. I think that really brings us back to the domestic books as well. But also joining us on Sports Extra now is senior sports journalist Syed Haider. Assalamu alaikum, sir. How are you?
Walaikum salam, Ahmed. I'm fine. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, Haider bhai, I'm very well. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Would you like to add about the dynamics? Because like I said that sometimes when you're making experiments, you shouldn't be result oriented. So all of us are on the same page. But what troubles me the most is that our mindset, our mentality doesn't go beyond 170, 180. And while we've realized that 200, 230 is now the new normal in T20 cricket.
Yeah, it is now has been very advanced. Modern T20 cricket is not depending on the score what you are getting below 200. We have seen a lot of times in franchise leagues also and international T20 cricket, everyone they are trying to get over par 200 runs. Pakistani batters, I think the major problem of the Pakistani batter is selection of shots and the angular capacity of angle is very low of the Pakistani batters. This is the major problem of the Pakistani batting. And the openers, they are openers, Babar Azam and others, they are trying to get only to manage the power play and the runs and save the wickets. This strategy will not work if you want to get more than 200 runs in 20 overs. We need someone in the opening slot, someone like other teams. They have Rohit Sharma or Josh Butler or Johnny Barrister type the batters we need, or Dev or like batters we need in the opening slot. If they should manage the power play for the quick runs, and then if we can get in 6 overs 70 or 80 runs, then we can get easily 200 plus runs. But if we are just saving the wickets only and trying to get only 40-50 runs in 6 overs, then you cannot get it. And the batters, Usman Khan, as Asif spoke a lot about Usman Khan and Mohammad Aris, he's totally right that Usman Khan or Mohammad Aris, they are not fit for the international cricket, because in international cricket you have to face a best bowlers of every team. In franchise league you can do everything, but in international cricket you have to go with your best technique, and this is the major problem of the Pakistani batters. They are getting the runs in PSL or other leagues, and the selectors think that they can do also in international cricket, but it's not possible. Against the New Zealand in home series, in 2 matches, the failure of the Usman Khan is a point of thinking how we can get the best batters in our team. If the Usman Khan, the best batter of the PSL league, is not successful, this is big question for the Pakistan think tank.
Well, certainly. But Sir Haider, when we talk about making these changes, like I said, that all of us are of the same opinion that whoever has selected a player, that player then needs to be given consistent chances. In if you're talking about T20, give him at least 10 to 15 games. Let's be honest. And because Pakistan is playing 12 games before the World Cup, experiments in this stage become very, very calculated. We understand that. But even if it's the case of Usman or Irfan Niazi, even if it's the case of bringing back Mohammad Amir or Imad Wasim as well, you need to be sure of your plans as well. Do you also agree that we need to stop this rhetoric of being the last team in the world who thinks about the World Cup and then decides their playing squad?
Absolutely right that we have the selectors should think about. And actually, we are having also problem of the selection committee. After 3 months, we are getting a new selection committee, new selectors, and selectors they don't have only one job. They are doing dual jobs. They are also senior manager, or they are the batting coaches or something. Selection committee is a full-time job. They have to go in the domestic cricket, in the club cricket, and they should find out some batters from the low level. It's very necessary.
Right, we'll go towards a short break, but stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Sports Extra. Sabir, international dynamics of cricket have changed, especially in T20 cricket. Now, the brand of cricket, we can highlight certain players and then make that comparison. For Pakistan, it definitely starts with the opening side as well. But if you look at around the world, India are very comfortable going with players like Rohit Sharma is a definite spot over there. You can either go with KL Rahul, or they can make any sort of changes. They will have the same mindset. Even if they push Virat Kohli up top as well, he'll be given a role defined as well. If you talk about Australia, they've got a devastating opening pair as well. We've seen that in the past. David Warner has been leading it. Before that, it was Aaron Finch. Even if they come down the order, they've got Maxwell who can lead the charge. In between, they have the likes of Mitchell Marsh who can accelerate on his own will, and I think that is the biggest quality of any player.
Alex Carey.
And Alex Carey, absolutely. Travis Head, the way he's playing is a nightmare for Pakistan already. So, you talk about Afghanistan, we can talk about Rahmanullah Gurbaz is excellent in that domain as well. We can talk about him. Then, of course, we move on across teams. South Africa themselves have managed to establish a side that's playing international brand of T20 cricket. So, you know, the comparisons are certainly there. So, I understand that right now it's the World Cup. We have to have a very subtle approach. But after that, we need to realize that we will have to handpick players and give them a role for those first 6 overs at least. Because even the, you know, the team management has said that our major struggle started from over number 7 till over number 14, which is the most important phase of a T20 game.
Absolutely, Ahmed. I mean, basically the dynamics of cricket nowadays basically changed. I mean, you know, most of the teams are, you know, they are basically clear as far as which kind of players they are playing, you know, in the World Cups as well. Pakistan is the team basically. They basically, you know, make the decisions, especially in the 11th hour. We still remember in 2021, you know, in World Cup, Azam Khan was selected, then he was, you know, dropped. Shoaib Malik was inducted in that particular team as well. In 2022, then Shan Mashood was basically, you know, inducted in the team, basically on the pressure of social media, I believe. So basically, most of the teams are making planning, which kind of players are basically going to play in the World Cup as well. You need to have a complete pool of, you know, 25 players. On that basis, you have to, you know, play, you know, a couple of players, give them a couple of ample chances. You have given, you know, hell of a chances to Asif Ali, to Khushdil Shah as well, to Mohammad Nawaz.
By the
So
way,
this is the time.
once Asif Ali was your favorite, by the way.
Still is. We still support
Yeah,
Asif Ali.
absolutely. You know, K. Asif and Asif Ali and also Mohammad Asif as well. You know, but the problem in Pakistan, you know, they are having. If you are, you know, giving so much chances to these kind of players, give them chances to Usman Khan, Ibrar Ahmed, Irfan Khan, Niazi. These kind of players, basically youngsters, you know, they deserve at least 12 to 15 consecutive matches, not only for World Cup, I mean, after World Cup as well. Ahmed basically rightly described everything. Every team basically at top of the order, they have, you know, a couple of good players, especially in the middle overs as well. Pakistan, we have been struggling badly, you know, and from 7th over to till 14th over. These are the basically middle overs where you need to have, you know, a couple of great players like Maxwell. You know, Iftikhar Ahmed basically given a couple of chances, but he basically did not deliver it. We have, you know, lots of hopes and, you know, expectations from him because the kind of experience he's having, the kind of, you know, time he has been given. He is the player basically. He must stand up. Like Maxwell, I have given you example. In India, they have Surya Kumar Yadav as well. You know, Pakistan is basically badly lacking such kind of a player, especially in the middle overs. We always criticize, you know, Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan as the opening partnership. These are two players basically. They have chased down 200 number of times. They have scored batting first 200 number of times. So I mean, they are not two basically who are basically going to be, you know, criticized again and again. There are other basically, you know, players. They have to step up and basically need to perform, especially in the crucial moments of the game.
Well, I think that's a very you know, amazing argument. Some have to step up, some have to step down. some you have to ask to please step down. So I think that things keep on happening, and some who have stepped down, you have to ask to please step up again. So, you know, all kinds of things keep happening. But discussing the numbers, let's stick to the numbers game. Sabir rightly mentioned as well that, you know, players need to work on their own rhetoric as well. Asif, I discussed this with you yesterday as well. We can take a minimum criteria of 3 to 5 games. Let's keep our indicators small. Shadab, because he's only played one international game since he made that comeback, and he scored that recent 20-ball 41, so he already has a strike rate of 200 plus, so we won't go there. But apart from that, you know, in the last 3 T20s that Pakistan has played, or 5 T20s, let's talk about Fakhar Zaman because he's going to be a part of your T20. So we'll only talk about players who are going to be part of the T20 World Cup. He's got a strike rate of 165. He's played 5 games for 126 runs, a best of 76. After that, the second highest strike rate for Pakistan team was Amir Jamal, who only played 2 games, so I won't consider him because, like I said, more than 3 games. Saim Ayub has now played 6 T20 internationals, and his strike rate is 138.89, only 75 runs in these 6 games, which is utterly disappointing, and highest of 54. Babar Azam in these 7 games has scored 264. He's got majority of the runs. He leads that chart. But his strike rate is 137. Mohammad Rizwan 128.72. And I think a lot of that has to, you know, do with because of the fact that his number keeps on changing as well. Then, of course, we can talk about, you know, Saib Zada Farhan's only played 2 games. He doesn't qualify. Azam Khan's played 3 games. a person who's been brought into the side for his sixth hitting ability. Only 3 games, 115 the strike rate, because utterly things aren't working for him as well. And then again, the next big strike rate is Shaheen Shah Afridi of 121.8. So, I've given you top 4 to 5, Asif, so probably you can analyze them better now.
Well, actually, I would like to refer your point which you were saying about India, that see their mentality and the difference, that now they have started their debate that who could be the openers. And Dada, the Dada of cricket there, Ganguly, he said that I want to see Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli both coming as an opener, and they have an ability to score 50 with the strike rate of 150 or 200. So I think that we should stick towards both of this, the captain, the opener players.
Asif, my apologies for the interruption, because you've just mentioned it. I'll give you just 3 strike rates so you can make that comparison. Shubman Gill has got a strike rate of 190. In the last 2-3 games that he's played. But if we take that 3 indicator, Rohit Sharma 168.06, Rinku Singh 164, Tilak Verma, who's just played limited games as well, he's above 120 as well. Virat Kohli 170.59.
So that's why, of course, technically both of the best choice, both of the players, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli.
170 plus.
Yes, 170 plus in T20 games.
Yes.
This is remarkable. So now come to Pakistan, that we have only 2 batters who are performing consistently from last couple of years, and of course Rizwan and Babar.
Azam.
Apart from then, give any name, take any name. I don't have. Do you have any name? Sabir, do you have any name? Or
In the batting department?
Yes.
I can take one name who is going to be a consistent batter for Pakistan.
He is going to be a. No, I'm
he
saying
still
in the
is.
past.
I think Shadab Khan. If you give him equal opportunities as you've given to Rizwan and Babar on a fixed number, Shadab, trust me, would be leading the charts in the run scoring domain.
Well, I
Simple
agree
as
with
that.
you. So we have only 3 options.
That's it.
And if we see and go for the comparison with India have several options. Shubman Gill, KL Rahul, Tilak Verma, and name anyone, all of them, they are above 150, the strike rate is, and they're performing so well. That's why their team is leading. So the problem is with the Pakistan's mindset. See, we didn't have the problem in our opening partnership. Rizwan and Babar, they were performing so well for Pakistan, and we destroyed them, and destruction came. We lost against New Zealand in New Zealand. We lost against New Zealand in T20 against a very loose side, BC. We lost against Afghanistan because we didn't have Babar Rizwan. So I think that if we have a winning combination, please don't destroy that. And now if the new players like Saim Ayub, you said that disappointment, utter disappointment, of course. Azam Khan is not performing well in international cricket. Even he's facing problems with his injuries and his fitness. Rizwan is not okay now, hamstring. So I think that the things which were working really good for Pakistan, that was Babar and Rizwan. Now you have taken another name. I think that Shadab should be batting on number 3 or number 4. Then we have another problem. Your and Sabir's favorite, Fakhar Zaman. What will happen with him?
Asif, I really want to take your point. Because look, I'll be very honest, and you know my love for cricket. Shadab Khan 3 and 4. Anything lower than that is, I think, you're
I
destroying the
agree. I
Pakistan
strongly
cricket.
agree
Simple
with
as
you.
that.
I'm giving you 100% marks.
Simple.
But my next question is, what about Fakhar Zaman? What about Iftikhar? What about Azam Khan? And if Haseeb is there?
To be honest, we can also ask the question, when was the last time Iftikhar won us a game single-handedly? I think that's also a question now, because we tend to overhype players as well. I understand if I was to pick one player for his 6th sitting ability, I'll pick Iftikhar. But the fact is that, like I said, look, if anyone wants to ask us the definition of match winner, I would say go and watch the innings of Glenn Maxwell again for Australia in the World Cup.
Well,
I think
simply, or go to
define
Michael, or go and watch Michael Bevan, or Mike Hesse, or even Abdul Razak.
Absolutely.
Even in Zamamul Haq, in ODIs especially. So I think that once again, my question is that Sabir, he asked and he told us about the Caribbean Premier League. Dear, there's a huge difference between international cricket and franchise cricket. This is not what I'm saying. This is what international and test cricketers are saying. Even Amir said in press conference that I was playing franchise cricket for a long time, but when now I'm playing for nation, I'm under pressure. This is what Amir is saying. So do not go for the comparison after playing the franchise cricket players who are performing well and they're hitting massive sixes. This is international cricket.
I think Asif is just being cheeky. He doesn't realize the commonalities of franchise cricket and international cricket. 2 umpires there, 2 umpires here. You've got a 6 there, a 4 there, 6 and 4 here. You got 11 wickets, 10 players to bat, 10 players here.
But the
probably
only
same
difference is, the big difference is, in franchise cricket, you are playing only for your franchise. But in the national or international cricket, you are playing for your nation.
Well, interestingly, I'll tell you what destroys the cricketing nation. When you accept the fact that you only need players who can score 15, 20 runs or hit 2 sixes or just take 2 wickets, 3 wickets and win us the match, we don't need anyone else. That's where you destroy a team for the future. I think simple as that. Sir, yes.
Last example, if you allow me.
Yes, please.
We do remember what happened in 2011, I think, T20 World Cup in Sri Lanka. Abdur Razak won the game for Pakistan. He made 20 not out or 22, and he has taken 2 wickets as well. He stood as player of the match, and in the very next game, he was dropped by the skipper. Skipper was Hafiz, and the head coach was Waqar Yunus. And a journalist asked this question to Mohammad Hafiz, to Abdur Razak. Why you didn't play next game? He said, ask to the captain and the head coach. And what happened? PCB issued a show cause notice. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you know, Razak often at one point, Razak, you remember that argument where he said that, you know, he had taken a couple of wickets and the captain said, we're going to save your overs. And until now, those overs have been saved.
And Yunus Khan was the
So, you know, things have utterly turned out. But I remember that, you know, Rangana Herat was a nightmare for us in that series, in that World Cup as well. But obviously, spinners are always a nightmare for Pakistani batters. But Sir Haider, like I said, we just did a comparison of international strike rates and Pakistani strike rates as well. Particularly, I want to ask you about Shadab Khan. It's very, very rare in Pakistan that you get a complete player in the fielding, in the batting, in the bowling. You put him in any department and he'll shine as a match winner. And he's a very street smart cricketer. Even when he was captaining Islamabad United as well, not necessarily because they won the Pakistan Super League, the fact that some of his tactical decisions were very, very smart. So, you know, when you've got a player like this, you want to play him at number 3, number 4, give him majority of the opportunity in games as well. But unfortunately in Pakistan, we tend to, you know, push these kinds of players down to number 7, number 8.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, Shadab Khan, he has to decide by himself that what is his role in the team. I think he has been chosen always as a bowler or bowling all-rounder. I don't know why the selectors, they are not ready to take him as a batter in the opening slot or in the top middle order slot. Even he has batted for last 3-4 years for the Islamabad United at number 3 or number 4 batter, and he has got the runs, and he has an ability to get the runs easily. You can see an example of the Knight Riders batsman Sunil Narayan. He was the spinner, but he has emerged as a very aggressive opening batter, and he has got always the runs in the opening slot. I think we should get some experiment. Why we are not getting against the New Zealand side, which is touring right now, we could get some experiment, and we could try Shadab Khan also in the opening slot or in the number 3 batter. And I believe that he can perform at number 3 or in number 1 or number 2 batter. But our selectors, they have got some mindset that the players who have been chosen as a bowler, they should be always the bowler. They don't have any opportunity to get as a batter. And the batters, they should be there as a batter. This is the mindset. It has to be changed. Or if you see in the India or England or Australia, they are changing. They are always getting some experiment, and they are getting definitely some good result. But Pakistan team, they have decided for the next 10 years that Babar Azam and Rizwan, they would be the opener of the Pakistan T20 team, and there is no chance for any other batter to come as an opener. This is the mindset should be changed. Shadab Khan, he is very talented. He's a very good batter, fielder, bowler. I think you are absolutely right. He's a complete package. In the last 3-4 years, we haven't got someone like Shadab Khan. I think after Abdur Razak, the next one is Shadab Khan. Is a complete package. He is very, very good for the batting in the top middle order, and the selectors should try in the next matches as a top order batsman, and they can get really a good batter, because they are missing someone in the top middle order, a good batter.
Unfortunately, you know, what happens in Pakistan is that they'll promote Shadab, and if, you know, he fails in 3 out of 1 innings, then they'll say, look, he can't do it. But I think Haider Bhai is right that Shadab himself also needs to understand that his role should be very clear. He probably has to stand up to the captain and say, look, define what my role is. And I think in between we talked about the fact that he was losing his bowling ability and he was focusing too much on batting, but I'm glad that just recently we've seen that, you know, he started working hard on that bowling as well. He's got a very decent record just recently. But then again, I think because we rate him highly, so he's going to be a very, very important part of the Pakistan cricket team, either in batting or bowling as well. So that's why it's very important. Sabir, the concept of developing all-rounders is very important because modern day cricket requirements are not one-dimensional now. Gone are the days when Pakistan used to hide certain fielders towards the fine leg or third man region.
There are times, you know, we used to have a couple of, you know, cricketers, but I mean, let's not go into that detail. But I mean, yes, you need to have, you know, some kind of skills, you know, to become a, you know, a proper all-rounder. We have seen, you know, likes of Amir Jamal. I really feel sorry for him because why he has been, you know, not playing in this particular series, and he should be the regular part of, you know, Pakistan, especially in ODI. He has been, you know, perform exceptionally well in, you know, in longer format of the game. I mean, so he has been improving day by day. We have seen his bowling, especially in T20, you know, for Peshawar Zalmi and also for Pakistan as well. So he should be the regular feature for Pakistan. And also, you know, you have talked about Shadab Khan. Shadab Khan has basically, you know, performed a couple of crucial innings for Pakistan, you know, especially in the major events, I would say, in, you know, in T20 World Cup 2021, 2022 as well. So yes, he has been, you know, performing really well. But I mean, for Pakistan, they need to basically decide his proper number because he's basically contributing something in the bowling department, in the fielding as well, and also in the batting. So he basically doesn't care about, you know, his basically wicket. He bats really well as far as his strike rate is concerned. You and Asif Bhai basically talked about, you know, strike rate for India and Pakistan. So I mean, obviously remarkable for Indian batsmen and ridiculous for Pakistani strike rate. I mean, I would say because no one basically I was, you know, seeing some kind of stats for Pakistan. Shahid Afridi is the only man who basically was having, you know, a couple of, you know, 140 strike rate. But nowadays, basically, Pakistani batsmen are struggling. I don't know, the dynamics of cricket basically have changed. You have to, you know, find out the players to score at least 200 minimum. It's on any ground because you have seen your bowling department, Shaheen Shah Afridi, he cannot win you matches again and again. We have seen Naseem Shah coming back from injury as well. You know, and in spinning department, we always struggle, especially in the middle overs as well. We basically drop a couple of crucial, you know, catches in the crucial moments of the game. So these are the things basically the new coaches have to decide. Babar Azam himself, because he has been captain for Pakistan for so many years. I mean, so he basically needs to learn these kind of, you know, tactics. He basically needs to, you know, pick complete players for his team who can basically win you the major tournaments, because Pakistan obviously they want to have, you know, such kind of a title, because we have seen, you know, we have lost a couple of, you know, semi-finals and final stage as well. This is the time basically Pakistan need to perform really well. And bowling department, you know, spinners role will be very important for Pakistan. And Azhar Mahmood press conference, he basically said they are not giving chances to Imad Wasim because they are clear Imad Wasim is their World Cup plan, and because of his experience in the Caribbean Premier League and kind of experience he's having and kind of performance he's having, you know, especially in this particular PSL. So that is the reason they are not giving him chances, because they don't want to, you know, test his skills. He's basically already tested and tried. So Abrar and Shadab Khan, because I don't think so Sama Mir will be, you know, going for World Cup, because he has been given a couple of chances, especially in a longer format for ODIs as well. Abrar Ahmed, Imad Wasim and Shadab Khan, these three spinners will be very crucial for Pakistan, because we have seen in power play Shaheen Shah Afridi is struggling. We have seen a couple of matches. Naseem Shah, he basically also sometimes struggles to pick up wickets. So you need to pick up the wickets, especially in the power play. Otherwise, you will be, you know, going nowhere near.
Well, another very important question I'll ask all three of you separately. You can comment on this. Asif, you can't play a T20 game with hitting. It might sound like a nonsense argument, but I think you can't play a T20 game on the international level by, you know, your boundary chart saying that you've only hit 1, 2 or 3 sixes as a whole team. I understand that, you know, only sixes is not the way to go, but it really makes a difference in T20 cricket.
Well, of course, but you have to choose the loose delivery. It's not, you know, like Haider Ali coming and just hitting straight away 1 or 2 sixes and then thank you very much, goodbye Asif Ali. But I want to make an argument, and after a long time, I'm here to agree with Sabir. You know, most of the time we aren't on the same page.
Sabir is thanking the heavens right now.
Sabir make a very good point regarding captaincy, that it's the all responsibility. If you're winning, you're happy. If you're losing, you should be responsible. Either you're going out of the home, either you're going for dining in the restaurant. People will ask you the question. Either you're taking flight. People will ask you some stupid questions even in the flight as well.
Quacks.
So yeah, you should be ready for that, because if you are getting appreciations, then get ready for the criticism. So I think that the whole responsibility on the two players, that is the skipper and your coach. Two main guys, they are the responsible for the best performances, and they should be answerable.
Very, very pertinently put. Sabir, your quick answer on the fact of hitting sixes, but is certainly something that we've highlighted as well. But thank you very much, gentlemen. That's all we have time for in this show. Thank you very much, Sir Haider K. Asif and Sabir Hussain. Until next time, from me and the entire team, it'll be goodbye for now. But before we go, we've got something very important to share with you. When we talk about the domain of sports, it's so diverse that it's very hard to cover it as well. So, but when you talk about a sports gala, it certainly is a great platform to cover majority of the sports as well. A similar sports gala and an all-university, inter-university football championship of the Higher Education Commission. Both of these things were set up and inaugurated at the University of Sargodha, which is setting boundaries for sports as well. You take a look at this fantastic report, but from me and the entire team, it's goodbye for now.
Annual Sports Gala and All Pakistan Football Championship kick-started at University of Sargodha. A colourful opening ceremony of 20th University Sports Gala and the 15th All Pakistan Football Championship mesmerized the audience at University of Sargodha. Professor Dr. Anwarul Haq Gilani, Member Higher Education Commission, Pakistan, was the chief guest of the ceremony, accompanied by Vice Chancellor, University of Sargodha, Professor Dr. Kaisar Abbas. Addressing the opening ceremony, Professor Dr. Anwarul Haq Gilani highlighted that participation in sports instills qualities such as time management, discipline, teamwork, and cooperation, which are essential not only in sports but also in academic pursuits. Professor Dr. Kaisar Abbas underscored the importance of promoting sports to build a mentally and physically healthy society. He mentioned that University of Sargodha is committed to engaging its students in healthy activities. He urged everyone to recognize the values that sports instills in individuals, such as discipline, teamwork, and fair play, which are crucial not only for becoming good athletes but also responsible citizens. The Directorate of Sports, under the supervision of Higher Education, is organizing the All Pakistan Football Championship involving teams from more than 18 universities competing for the title. Meanwhile, University Sports Gala includes competitions for both male and female in cricket, football, shooting ball, basketball, handball, chess, table tennis, badminton, athletics, and tug of war.